talks about Armada 2.0, I swear to God I will come for you.
Saying that they are surprise mechanics, and people love surprises.
To get a Baneblade, the plastic Baneblade, to sell in the store at ROE Games, 19 Park Lane, Havelock. Come by, see us.
AOS Key here, and this is By the Numbers.
This week we're going to be going over character creation for Wrath and Glory.
My name is Keith, or you can call me ArmorBoy21. It's my gaming deck. Today we're going to go over D&D.
Oh, hello there.
Your armor, sir?
Whoa!
You take 7 points of damage.
Alright guys, we're rocking out really hard tonight. So what we got going on is Crease.
There will be swearing and or shenanigans of the adult nature.
Damn it!
Good evening, everyone, and welcome to another edition of Gamer Interrupted. My name is AJ East Coast, and I am your host. And officially, I have been saying that for 1 year now, guys. It is our 1 year anniversary episode of Gamer Interrupted. A whole year since the world went to shit, and Dan and I decided to hop on and finally do the one thing we always wanted to do, which was start this news broadcast and podcast.
It's crazy to think it's been a year, dude. Like, I'm trying to remember back. So remember back a year ago, ETG was kind of quiet and don't burn down your place, kid.
Ow! Fuck the fucking thing. It's been a year of Gamer Interrupted. Fuck, this is really burning. Hey guys, we were in the Navy. We are trained firemen. Just want everyone to know that. We were in the Navy. We are our trained firemen, ladies and gentlemen. Don't worry. Yes, 1 year, guys. Thank you to over 200 people following us on Twitch.
Yeah.
Thank you to all of our Facebook people. I wish Facebook let us know. It just gives us like an estimate sometimes, but I think there's a lot. Thank you.
I think we have over 200.
Yeah.
On Facebook as well.
Thanks to some of you guys that are hanging out on Instagram. I know I gotta remember to update that thing, or at least we gotta get a new Instagram.
You have an
guy.
Instagram?
Yeah, we need to get a new Instagram guy. We'll just say that.
Wow. Yeah, I'm just as bad about it as you are, dude.
I know.
Like I sit there, I'm like, oh yeah, I should probably update that. Hey, I'm at least getting better about the Facebook.
Yeah.
I'm trying very hard to update the Facebook. And anytime you guys see actual, it's me.
It's definitely him.
So, AJ, one thing I wanted to talk about before we got started tonight.
One more statistic. We forgot. Guys, the numbers are in from Podbean. Over 475 subscribers across Apple, Spotify, and Amazon, guys. Thank you so much. And also weird third-party people that are out there just downloading and resharing us. I found us in the Scandinavian podcast website the other day. Thank you.
Wait, what?
Yes. It said podcasts from America, video games. And it was like some third-party fucking app. I keep seeing it all the time, dude.
Dude, hell yeah.
Oh, yeah. Well, anyways, go ahead. Tell us.
Scandinavia, we love you.
Tell us what you got planned for us.
So I just wanted to go back. Just wanted to discuss the brief history of Gamer Interrupted and how we came up with the idea. So, back when, I think it was 2 years ago, this had been a thing you and I had been tossing around, was doing a news show, cover gaming, and we were actually going to shoot it more like a traditional news program. There was going to be like, what did we call it? Like Sports Center for News?
Something like that. We want to do like
and it was going to be us at a desk, packages playing in the background. And then I lost all our staffing and yeah.
That happened, yeah.
Yeah. So then the pandemic hit. ETG was kind of quiet. I had just moved down to Jacksonville. We were still kind of in our growing pains. And then that BS happened. And you messaged me first, I think. And you were like, hey, we need to do something.
Yes.
And I remember sitting there like, well, there's that news show that I wanted to run. And you were like, dude, yes, kid, let's do it.
Finally.
Gamer Interrupted was born.
There we go, man. And it's been 1 year since. We've done all kinds of stuff this year, guys. We've had a lot of people on here, from game designers to game testers to people who have graduated full sail with master's degrees to people who graduated full sail with bachelor's degrees. You guys aren't familiar, Full Sail is a big game design school. I get my bachelor's of science in game design technical writing in about 2-3 months now. I don't know. I'm almost there. Almost there, guys. Thank you, Uncle Sam, for paying for my education. And to the back, all the back and neck and brain pain from the Navy that paid for that. But oh, I forgot, Doc. This podcast and always was sponsored by Fit and Prep Food Delivery Services. Thank you to Henry and his wife, who make awesome fresh food. They make me skinny, dude. They make me good. I had some today. A corn.
Not to mention, brought to you as always by Rules of Engagement Games.
Yes, sir.
So, gotta give them the love.
Are both of our great sponsors, and we had Jesse on this year too. That's right. We had ROE came on, and finally we did it. So, guys, we've just been doing all kinds of stuff, and we're gonna continue this year now that things are going back to normal. People are going back to work. I'm gonna be scouring more of the internet. If there's a fella out there, his name is General Cody HD. He plays a game called War of Rights, which we're gonna talk about later tonight. He is like an awesome video editor and streamer. Like, he makes like reenactments now throughout the pandemic, and I want to get him on here. I've been trying to get his attention. I'm gonna try and find him. So General Cody, if you're out there listening to this, I want to talk to you next. But we're gonna try and get people like that, guys. I'm gonna try and get some more game designers. People are going back to work. We're gonna check in on Billy. We're gonna check in on Chris. I'm gonna see about having Natalie back. And of course, Kwame, he loved it. If you guys caught a couple weeks ago when Kwame came on, the chillest episode, Doc, it was so slow, because that's just how Kwame is. He just like sits back. He's like, you know what, man? So about that Battlefield 5, man, like that's just how he is. But it took a while, but I loved it. It was just so good. So Kwame wants to come back. He loved it.
Awesome.
But, you want to get us started with our first topic?
All right, our first topic. So, I don't know about you, AJ, but I am a massive Pokemon fan.
Oh, I know.
Massive Pokemon fan. Been a Pokemon fan for as long as it's been out. And we just got a nice little taste. They gave us a little taste of Pokemon Arceus. Supposedly, it's going to be this massive open world Pokemon adventure game. I am so freaking excited for it, but I'm wary.
Why?
Very wary, AJ, because there's a lot that can go wrong with this game. I'm intrigued to see how they're going to mix the open world aspect with the traditional RPG aspects that Pokemon has. And being as this game is set in the past of the Pokemon realms, things are going to be a little bit more wonky. So I'm very intrigued to see what they do. I'm very excited about it, but I'm trying not to get my hopes up too much. I don't want another Pokemon Coliseum type of thing going on.
Hey, what the hell was wrong with Pokemon Coliseum?
The second one that came out for the N64, it was
Oh, you mean that? I thought you were talking about the one on the GameCube. The GameCube one was incredible.
That one was amazing.
Holy shit.
That was awesome.
One of my favorite games of all time. No, but I think that's a good way to view the next Pokemon games coming out, man, because you just never know. It's been so repeatedly different the last few times, and then last year and the year before we got a taste of that open world kind of feel. But from what I understand, they're going to bring this even further. Like you said, Breath of the Wild, it's going to go, right into stuff.
And there's rumors they even got the Breath of the Wild, members from the Breath of the Wild team to come out and help work on it.
I saw it.
So I am very interested to see what they do with it. I'm very excited to see what they do with it. It's a Nintendo, so they're not going to do anything. They're not going to put out trash. They're going to sit on it until it's done, and they're going to give you that final produced product. Now, with that being said, Pokemon stagnated for a little bit. I think it was between Silver and Gold through about Diamond and Pearl. They didn't change the formula up at all.
Right.
And then you had X and Y, and it just completely changed everything. It was the first 3D Pokemon.
Yeah, and it was something that was, like never done before, because you're like running around as like a real human. Like it felt so real, But is this also true that they're kind of alluding back to some of the Diamond and Pearl themes with this new Pokemon coming out? I heard that kind of in the rumor sphere.
That's what I've heard too. Is that they're mixing, and not to mention they're mixing and matching a lot of the types. You're getting to see some of the older gen Pokemon mingling with the newer gen Pokemon. I am very excited to see what they do with it. And it's funny you mentioned Diamond and Pearl, because they are going to be redoing Diamond and Pearl for the Switch as well.
Yay!
And in other Pokemon news, we also have the release of the new Pokemon Snap.
I have in bad news, however, my Switch, let's just say, was affected by the thing that we call water. May he rest in peace. And there's just, unfortunately, nothing I can do about it. However, I could make a claim, possibly. But we don't have, thank God we don't have any real actual deaths to report this time. We had a fan doc that's reached out to us and said, hey, I like it when you guys do obituaries. I thought that was dark, yet appreciative, and I will honor that as much as I can, I guess. But no, my Switch, man, I got to get a new one. I'm not too worried, this year. They'll have plenty, but I got to get another one.
It's not like last year where you had to beg, borrow, and steal one. Jesus.
I swear to God, I bought the last one in Orange County.
I think you did. Remember? Yeah, because that was one of our first topics, too, is how the Switch, you couldn't find one.
Mm-hmm. Well, 1 year later, guys, the Switch is gone, and I got to get another one. Because you think I'm going without playing Pokemon Snap, you got another thing fucking coming to you. But April is next week. 2 weeks away, and we're getting Pokemon Snap. It looks so good. They've outlined, Doc, some Pokemon that some of the developer, the people that get the developer codes have played it already, tested it out, whatever. They've outlined some of the Pokemon that are available right now. I think, let's see what they were saying. The new Pokemon Snap. That's what it's called officially, guys. The new Pokemon Snap. So how long has it been, Doc, since you played the original Pokemon Snap on the N64?
Holy hole in a donut, Batman. Probably since it came out, I remember I was in middle school, I think, and I rented it from Blockbuster. Now I'm really freaking dating myself.
Wow.
Rented it from Blockbuster and beat it in a weekend. I remember it, every time you played it, you would get a little bit further. And that was one of the things I really enjoyed about it, is you would tank through the levels, and then you'd have to go back as you unlocked stuff to unlock more parts of the levels and to upgrade your photos. And then eventually you had the final confrontation where you're trying to snap pictures of Mew, and you couldn't do it until you broke it. It was such a good game.
Intricate. Oh my God.
Mm-hmm.
So intricate. And I loved, that was one of the games that I can admit as a game designer that repetition really, really works.
And the thing, I think you said it best, the intricacy of it.
Yes.
It was very delicate. And the thing I loved the most about it was that you weren't a trainer, you weren't a ranger, you weren't trying to do anything to these Pokemon other than take a picture of them.
Yeah.
And that's kind of the charm of it. It was intricate, it was innocent, and I think that's half the fun of it. And that's why I'm very much looking forward to seeing what they're going to do in this new one.
Dude, maybe so. Photography has always been one of those weird hobbies that I've always been interested in. I just never did. I almost did it in Japan, but honestly, I was just focusing so hard on the phone. But now that I'm doing photography in real life and I'm actually really enjoying it, maybe this is why. Because I spent so many hours on Pokemon Snap, fucking just snapping Pokemon, dude. I don't know, but I loved that game. I can just remember countless hours of playing the same levels over and over again and trying to...
So many hours.
You notice something different every time, whether you had to, knock down the guy, what's his name, the Gravlite, and knock him into the water and have him evolve. You could get Squirtle changed into Wartortle, and then later to Bulbasaur. The same thing with Charmander and Charizard. I loved it, man.
There's the Magikarp. You had to knock the Magikarp into the water. It would go up the waterfall and become a Gyarados.
That's right. Well, there are probably... I'm looking at this website right now, iMore. They're one of the developer guys that got the codes. One day I hope that happens with us.
but they've got a shitload of Pokemon to snap. I don't even know if this was the amount of the original, but there's a lot in here. A lot of the originals, guys, don't worry. Bulbasaur, Blastoise, Bidoof, Apon, Inkai. Some of these I don't recognize. Mantine, Megneon, Metapod, just to name a few. Obviously, Pikachu, Zangoose.
There's 940 Pokemon, dude. There's just...
Jesus. But
remember when there was 150? Remember that?
I remember
way
that.
back when. 150.
What I think's going to happen here, they're just going to continue to update because there's no way this thing is going to have that many Pokemon at start. But what I'm most excited about is the change in the puzzles. I'm excited to see the different kind of puzzles that are available. You know.
Yes. Very yes.
Because the puzzles were some of the best of all time, man. So good.
Yeah.
Well,
it's. I'm excited for it. It's going to be good, but again, I'm waiting to see about Pokemon Arceus. That's the big one for me.
That's the big one. Speaking more of the Switch, just a quick update, because I know how we both feel about this game because it's a battle royale. But Apex Legends has officially come to the Switch. That's cool. I guess. Whatever. But if you want to play that on the Switch, if it's free. That's what I love about these games is anything they do kind of entertain. Especially if you don't have the money to pay for a $60 game right away. At least you can play something.
I mean,
that's the only positive thing I really have to say about it.
I mean, so is reading a book. I would rather do that than play Apex.
That's true. I would have to agree with you on that, or watch it. Honestly, I'd watch something else. And something that I would watch.
Or you could listen to Gamer Interrupted on podcast.
That's a good plug. But something I would watch, and
thank you, I try.
Something I recommend to everybody to watch is The Falcon and the Winter Soldier coming to fucking Disney Plus.
Yes.
Oh yes, please.
Oh my God, have you seen the first episode yet?
Is it out already?
It came out Friday.
Oh well, I haven't been around. We'll say that.
Yeah, that's right. You've been kind of out and about.
Yeah. But so yeah, Falcon and the Winter Soldier, man, it's out already.
So, remember how WandaVision kind of started up? Mm-hmm. There's a lot of confusion going on. Mm-hmm. That's kind of where this starts off. It's not as lighthearted as WandaVision.
Okay.
This one's a little darker. I can't say anything, and that's the worst part is I can't say anything because I don't want to give anything away. If you haven't seen it, all I'm going to say is watch it, but give it time. It's doing the slow burn just like WandaVision. It's doing the slow burn just like The Mandalorian. Give it a moment.
Just give it time.
Let it catch up. Yeah, just let it catch its stride, and then I'm guarantee you it'll blow us away.
Hey, and if anything, you have to trust that because the slow burn of Mandalorian, the fire at the end was too big.
Oh my God! Just.
Fuck me.
But I will say this about The Mandalorian. It started off on a good foot, though. It didn't just... It came out the gate swinging. This is more of that... You're just intrigued. You're like, all right, kind of want to know where this is going.
Yeah. I'm interested. I'm definitely going to check it out. I'm excited. And I think everybody should check it out as well. Hey, speaking of... Because someone's also requested... I got an Instagram message. Whoever is on the Instagram... Someone said, could we get a merch t-shirt that says fuck me on it? And I was like, probably not, but I could probably get one that just says like F and then maybe the asterisk and then CK me, maybe. I don't know. Because someone said I say that a lot.
Let me talk to my merch department.
Because someone said
Brutus.
I say that a lot on here.
Brutus, what do you think about the merch department? Should we do the fuck me t-shirt?
Fuck me t-shirt. We're gonna get merch out soon. We need to. Fuck me.
All right, so here's an update on all that stuff.
Okay. Go ahead.
We're working on it. That's all I got.
Okay, so something else you guys could watch, but make sure you got some time. Make sure you go to you plan bathroom breaks. Maybe have a meal or two in between. Snyder's, but it's worth it. Fuck. Snyder's Justice League. Finally, dude, an update.
A buddy of mine. One of my other buddies just finished it, and he said,
It's better.
See, my thing... Okay, so Doc Shippy rant time.
Oh, God.
So bear with me here. DC needs to stop sucking off Frank Miller. They really need to. I am sick and tired of DC movies being so dark and fucking broody. I mean, we get it. You're trying to be fucking edgy. Meanwhile, I put on Marvel. It's light. Yeah, there's some dark elements to it, but it's a really good movie. It's got a lot of fun elements to it. I enjoy watching Marvel movies. I enjoy watching the Marvel TV series.
I do too.
I enjoy watching the DC TV series. I just finished Doom Patrol, and it was freaking amazing. DC, take the guys who write your TV shows and have them do your movies.
Yes.
Because your movies are trash. Come on, man.
They need help,
Okay,
dude.
that's it. That's my 2 cents.
I agree with you the whole thing, man. They need help because it's just so bad. All the stuff they put out.
It's terrible.
Everything they put out is just not good. I mean, I try to give some of their series a chance, but it's just not anything compared to what we know Marvel or other things can do. So at least,
But I mean, with DC, I've always said I've loved the DC animated movies. I've loved the DC animated series. Freaking Young Justice, the original Teen Titans, Batman the animated series, Justice League. Dating myself, yes, but it's been some of the best ones.
Yes.
What up is the captain now? How are you doing, man?
Hello. He is the captain now. Wow. Haven't seen you in a while.
Apparently.
What's up, brother? He's one of the guys that followed us over from my wrestling streams. He'd come on. I got to do one soon. Don't worry, Captain. I will.
So DC, just get the guys who write your TV series, have them write your movies, because I guarantee you a Bruce Timm, Paul Dini Batman movie will smoke all of this Frank Miller bullshit.
Well,
come on, work with us here.
At least Mr. Zack Snyder did help out and do some updates to the Justice League. But, guys, 4 hours is a long time of a movie, but it's updated. Some things are different. Even I guess it's different right from the beginning, but some things are still the same. Plot is still the same. So you've already seen the movie. I'll be honest, I watched the first Justice League. I don't remember watching it. I think I fell asleep after a while. I don't even remember anything about it, honestly. So me going into this, I'm gonna watch it with.
I haven't seen the last DC movies I saw was Man of Steel and then the Batman movies.
Man of Steel,
and that was it. Because when I saw Justice, I was just like,
Man of Steel.
Like after Man of Steel, it kind of killed all want for me to watch, more DC. Okay, I understand what they're trying to do. They're trying to make it edgy and whatnot, but at the same time, it's just like we want to see these heroes that we grew up with. We want to see Superman, truth, justice, and the American way, all that type of stuff. Like when I watch DC, I get to see Marvel. I see Captain America being Captain America.
Yes.
Sure, he gets disenfranchised with everything, but at the end of the day, he's still Captain America. We get to see Wolverine be Wolverine. Characters get to be themselves. There's none of this, I'm dark and broody now, except for that one Spider-Man we don't talk about.
Hey, that's the good Spider-Man.
Tobey Maguire, man.
Oh, Toby. Oh, no, but you're right, man.
Change the topic.
I was just going to say, I think Man of Steel might have been the last good movie for me, DC-wise. You didn't like Suicide Squad, though? I kind of enjoyed that one.
So, I enjoyed it only because the two characters they did right were two of my favorite DC characters.
Deadshot?
Captain Boomerang and Amanda Waller.
Okay. Cat Boomerang was good.
Deadshot,
hey, Will Smith ran wild with it. I'll tell you that. I thought that was good.
Will Smith was good, but the problem was it was a constant fight between Will Smith and Margot Robbie as to who was the star of the movie.
That was the argument.
That was the big thing is, meanwhile, there's Captain Boomerang, who was as on character as you could get, and Amanda Waller as on character as you could get, just completely overshadowed. And it kind of bothered me. And then you had that terrible performance by Jared Leto, who should never, ever be considered Joker. That's just like shaming.
That is a shame.
Mark Hamill's animated series version of the Joker. Heath Ledger.
May he rest in forever peace.
Just
How
like,
dare
come
you?
on, man.
Well, anyways, topic change, like you said. there's this interesting app out there which we tried to get you to do today, but didn't go very well. And you'll update us why afterwards. But Clubhouse, guys, this is very interesting. It's an app that's essentially
One star.
1 star. For me, I'm loving it. 5 stars over here, man.
One star.
And I'll tell you, I have connected with so many different people in all different kind of avenues. You just go on here and it just is a room. It's like a virtual chat room. There's just all kinds of topics. People hosting seminars. Like there's people hosting like film classes, like master classes. There's ones talking about like veterans, like
so when I logged on, it posted an ad, and then it gave me another loading screen and said, all right, we're going to get you started in your login process. Click next, ad. And then it just caught this recursive loop where I'd be sitting there doing the same thing over and over again. 1 star, no love from Doc Shippy.
I don't know why things always happen like that. The good shit happens with me, and then it's something bad happens with you with technology. I don't understand it.
I'm technologically illiterate. Come on now.
Well, I'll tell you something, though. The veteran community on Clubhouse is incredible. Shout out to the E4 Mafia. They're hysterical. But there's a fella I met on
What's up? I'm Dead Snake. Yes, that is me.
Yes, that's him. I met this fella on Clubhouse this guy his name was Maury, and he honestly kind of looked like Morty from Rick and Morty, but it wasn't Morty. I was kind of disappointed. But Maury, he has this like brainwave study where he uses entertainment, like music, stuff where you're that you're used to, like things that psychology of things. And it got me thinking the music in video games, like Zelda's tune, everybody knows it. Pokemon's background music, the actual sounds of things happening in video games. So he's trying to use entertainment to like cure people's issues like sensory wise and with PTSD. And one of the things is like he talked about was video game music, and he plays it a lot, and he wants to like start focusing on helping veterans with PTSD. And I thought this was crazy because he's like, I looked him up, he's like basically using entertainment and audio engineer, and he's the only one like using it in this scientific capacity.
That's awesome. So got some love in the chat from my boy Johnson, who's going to be in a video game. He's going to be voice acting in, he said, so Wright is making a game that's been in development. It's called Pure.
Yay.
So definitely when it comes out, go check out this game called Pure. My buddy Johnson's going to be doing a voice in it. So definitely give him some love.
That's awesome, Johnson. That's awesome. How'd you get to be doing that? Put that in I would love to know. That's fucking awesome. Post-apocalyptic open world. That's
Post-apocalypse. Ooh, that's right up my alley.
That's awesome.
Give me that Fallout.
All right, guys. Definitely get that check that out. That's so cool, man. I love that so much. Speaking of
we'll have to have you on as a guest at some point.
Yes, please. I wanted you to be one of our next guests. Absolutely, please. Speaking of post-apocalyptic, what's that game? The Outer Worlds got a DLC again. How cool is that? That's like the third one.
I saw that.
Hell yes.
So I have yet to pick up The Outer Worlds. It's one of those like I'm interested in checking it out. It's just I haven't had time. There's so many other things to play. Fallout 4 again, and Minecraft.
For the
Ark,
ever.
all these games that I'm playing that are old, and I need to update my gaming repertoire. But hey,
yes. Well,
I just found out though, and this is something amazing, that you can upload old Xbox games to your Xbox One.
What?
Like argument's sake, Star Wars Battlefront 2 from 2005.
WWE Superstars, all that good stuff. How do you do that?
Put in disk, back to interwebs, it downloads the ROM.
Fuck, that's awesome. I need to do some of that. Fuck. Fight Night.
Dude, I've been playing Knights of the Old Republic. I've been playing Battlefront 2.
Immediately. Fight Night, all of the... Oh, shit, man. This just... God damn it. Nostalgia is key. I love that so much. This is making me go back in time. But anyways, so full circle back to Clubhouse. It's invite only. If you know somebody, ask them for an invite if they have one. It's in alpha, so give it some time. But other thing I mentioned about it earlier, Doc, is that it's kind of cool to watch like etiquette and stuff happen in the rooms. Like people were tapping the mic over and over again to kind of simulate applause, like you agreed with that statement. And then like you say things like, "Oh, this is me speaking," like, "Oh, I'm in the top right corner." It's really interesting to see like how people are shaping their own rules and like societal behaviors in this app. You know what I mean? It's really interesting. Yeah. But speaking of games coming out, and I thought this was crazy. Next month, PlayStation Plus is giving away Crash Bandicoot 4, Ghost Recon Wildlands, and an indie game called After Party, which is an amazing game too. 3 games next month, and one of them being Crash Bandicoot 4. That's fucking awesome.
Not to mention Subnautica is free right now.
Yes, Subnautica is free right now, and we know how you feel about that game. It's
absolutely. Oh my god, absolutely! I've dumped more hours into that game than I have into. Just.
Could you tell us a little bit about Subnautica real quick? I'm gonna cut to you because I need to grab a drink. My throat is so. I've been yelling. I'm sorry. I'm gonna cut to you real quick.
So, Subnautica is you play a survivor of a shipwreck. You get stranded on this water planet where you have to survive. You build what's it called? You have to build habitats, you have to build domes to be able to maneuver your way around. You get vehicles. It's arguably one of the best games I've played in a very long time. I adore it. It's addicting as all get out. And the story is ever unfolding. It's mildly sarcastic. The computer voiceovers are great. The voice acting in it's great. Absolutely love it. If you haven't downloaded it yet, please do yourself a favor. Download this game. You guys will attest, I'm not much for indie games, but this one is just pure, right in the grubby bits. I love it.
Dude, that sounds amazing. I'm so excited for that.
Dude, I have it. Where is it? Hold on.
And they did a big update too, like an Antarctica update too, right?
It's Below Zero. Subnautica Below Zero is delightful. And now that you say that, I'm probably going to have to upload it again and stop playing Fallout 4.
I'm gonna definitely download Subnautica and hop on there. Another games. This one's been out for a while, and I think that you mentioned this a long time ago. But it's still, I think, in early access, but it's picking up a lot more speed. Beyond the Wire, World War I game. It's really interesting. Really, it's like not really focused on the traditional, style of gameplay when it comes to shooting games. But it's played on the Western Front of the Great War, World War I, and it's the largest scale multiplayer first-person shooting right now. And it's just like trench warfare, tight corners, everything that was World War I.
You said the evil word, though. You said that terrible, awful word.
What? FPS?
Online multiplayer.
Yes, online multiplayer, but it's World War I, which doesn't happen very often, and Steam gave it 9 out of 10 already.
We're done.
Okay, but I'm
World War
saying...
Multiplayer, massive online. Battlefield 1?
Yes, but they're saying now this is bigger, but I'm saying not as often. What I'm saying is the main focus of shooting games has always been what? Either futuristic or World War II, right? World War II dominated the circuit for a real long time. So now...
my thing is, I just want... Can we just bring back bots? Can we bring bots back into these games? I just want to sit here with my buddy, play a local hot seat game where we just slaughter endless amounts of bots. It's just, I'm tired of this multiplayer online bullshit. Like, can we get something with a decent story again? Something that's co-op and fun.
Co-op would be fun. I need more cooperative, like two people games. I need more of that.
Borderlands. It took all of no effort, and it was amazing. Like, come on, guys.
Well, yes, Beyond the Wire, World War I. It's supposed to be bigger than ever. It's going to continue to go. More updated early access games I have for you. Ready or Not is a video game much like Rainbow Six Siege, but it's like focused on more police work stuff, and they actually got police officers to come in and do, motion capture and then like go behind corners and stuff. It's basically, I feel like the developers, they took, and they talk about a lot about this in game design, Dan, is like when you go to make for an idea, if you want to do something that's a little bit traditional but a little bit outside the box in the realm that what you're trying to do, is you take a game, you say, how can I take this game and make it better, right? So people always say, like, how did they take Super Mario Brothers? They said, they went from, there's a pop, one jump onto the turtle, and then you added the levels, and then you add the pipes, all this stuff. It keeps going and going. So I feel like these people, they said,
gameplay loop.
Yeah. I feel like they took Rainbow Six Siege and said, you know what, how can I take Rainbow Six Siege and make it more realistic, more tactical? And that's what they did here with
In an actual game.
In an actual game, right. So it's very police forcey, SWAT. You're gonna have to call out commands. There's I saw one video of you're holding the guy's shoulder in front of you, and it's like press X to hold the shoulder or some bullshit, But the cool thing is you're gonna finally be able to like duck around corners a little bit harder than you've been able to, and I've been a huge fan of that since Rainbow Six New Vegas 2, when they were able to do that whole duck and dive around the corners. So I'm excited for that. And then also, I want to get this game next. It's still in early access, but this is massive multiplayer online. But I think you'd be interested in this only because it's about the Civil War, and it's very focused on historical accuracy. And it's like you basically have to play as if you're reenacting the game, because if you're not playing it like this, people will yell at you like, hey, we don't play like if you're fucking around on there like Call of Duty, this is not the place for you. The people are taking this very serious, like role play, and it's really cool. Hey, we have similar microphones.
No.
Just because it's online shooter, dude, it's so historically cool. You're there's guys like you could be the flag bearer. No. That's your whole job. I was watching one video. And the guy's like, "Oh shit, the flag bearer's running down the field open. Oh, it's gonna be bad news for him." You saw him get dropped. It was kind of funny.
What was it? Who featured that? Freaking Angry Joe Show did a live stream of that game, and it looks cool. It's just I don't like playing with other people online.
I know you don't, weirdo.
If I even Ark. Like, I love Ark to death, but you will never see me go into a public server of Ark. I will only do private servers, and it'll only be with a couple of my good buddies, because I hate gaming with people online. The online community is so fucking toxic. Like, don't get me wrong, I could be a pretty toxic person. So says my 3 months Xbox Live bans. But
it's impressive.
AJ, you remember those? It was great. But there's no need for it. If I want to get frustrated and hate life, there are better things I could do. I could go drive on the Mass Pike during rush hour if I really wanted to hate myself. And I load up a video game. I just want to enjoy the game. I want to, enjoy the story. I don't want to get griefed by somebody who's been sitting there playing this for the last 9 hours, has all the top gear and everything, and freaking aimbots on. It's like, dude, come on.
Oh, man. I feel like been trying to convince you for many years, but it's just never going to happen, I know. But the cool thing about War of Rights, though, it's cool because they're like lining up in lines, they're like ready, aim, fire, and then like there's officers in there telling like, oh, open fire, it's fire your own will. Like someone popped into the game like, oh, what's going on there? They're like, oh, it's open fire. Like they really take this shit really seriously. There's the loading of the muskets, the bayonets. They've got the little handheld, for revolvers from back in the day, the grease firing ones.
What was it? Freaking History Channel back in the 360 days came out with a Civil War FPS.
They did, yeah.
And it was amazing. It was the most frustrating thing with it was having to reload your rifle.
Yep.
And you would just end up bayonet charging more than often than not. But that I thought was great because it showed that they put effort into it. There would be moments where you'd be line fighting, sitting there.
Yep.
You'd have to reload, wait for them to say fire again. And then you'd charge and it would just turn into that massive scrum of melee chaos. And it was beautiful.
That's the American
Then
way
they
to
had
fight.
the Call of Duty rail shooters type of, hey, we're going to go siege this trench and you need to go and this, that, and the other thing. It was great. That's good. Multiplayer online. Bad. Good.
Well,
Bad.
War of Rights also has massive, like, American, huge backwoodsy maps. They're really beautifully designed. It's cool because, like, there was, like, you got the Confederates. They were running through the woods. It looks really cool. But anyways, moving on from War of Rights, historically accurate besides that,
No.
we also have another historically based game called This Land Is My Land. And this one is not online. It is a story game. Also, early access. It's basically Red Dead Redemption, except with Native Americans. You're the Native Americans this time, trying to take back your land that Americans stole from the Native Americans. And it's really cool. Stealth-based. The entire time is focused on stealth, is what they're saying. Bows and arrows. Old style.
And you lost me.
I mean, obviously not the whole time.
Stealth,
Obviously not the whole time, but it's enough of an emphasis that they listed it in the game description where it said stealth. You know what I'm saying?
So if we're going to be talking about early releases, then we also got to mention Valheim.
Yes. Valheim.
So Valheim is a survival crafting game where you play as Vikings. And, you're trying to progress your Viking clan and everything. It's an online game that you can play co-op or multiplayer and have massive clans on. It looks delightful. Just looks so much fun. You get to custom make weapons. You get to custom make your houses and everything. This is one I'm actively excited for, and I may actually download. So,
well, I'm that sounds like a good one to me too, man. Another new coming out game. We've got Tiger Woods. He's back, man. PGA 12, another golf game. People are still buying that game. It's still out there. For those people that love the game, it's still happening.
I don't understand golf games. Like, I can't even watch golf without falling asleep, let alone play golf in person.
I will tell you,
you make a video game.
If there's anywhere for me to play golf, it would be on a video game, though. There's some of them aren't that bad, but I just don't. Who's following this? Who's like, oh man, PGA 12's coming out. I can't wait. Oh fuck.
Like, I loathe Madden, but I understand Madden.
Yes.
I get the reason why people play it. It's because it's football, and football's an active sport, and you get to see your favorite team.
Yes.
I don't get golf. I really don't. I tried. I really did. I tried. I've been to the PGA Tour. I worked the PGA Tour. I've seen Tiger Woods and everything. I watched the end of the PGA Tour a few years ago from the 18th hole, and it was just like, okay, but
I don't get it.
I don't know. No. Nope.
I don't get it. But moving on.
Brutus, do you get it?
He doesn't get it.
He doesn't get it.
Brady's around here somewhere. I don't know. He probably doesn't get it either. But what I do get, which is really cool, the Omni 1 is coming out, and it's supposed to be ready to ship coming soon in a few months, hopefully, if everything's on process. Mid 2021 is what they're saying. If you have about $2,000, however, which is what this thing is going to cost, it's a VR treadmill that you're going to be able to include games like Fortnite and Call of Duty and all that stuff. You're running, you're crouching.
Wait. Say that again.
A VR treadmill. Full
Treadmill?
circle. Treadmill. Yes. I hate you. Shut up. Yes, a VR treadmill. It's awesome. You're going to be able to full circle run around, freaking dodge and duck. You got the thing over your head. This thing looks straight out of Ready Player One. And if you've got the money, you should definitely do it because you'd be the first people in the world doing this thing. But I don't know who has an extra couple grand to maybe a few more to shell out. But also they're taking investors too to get a discount if you invest in it. But I just think it's cool because this is really
I'm buying a house. I don't have any expendable money.
I just thought this was cool to mention because it's really one of the first futuristic style machines that we're starting to see. That's kind of you can get in your house, You
know what I am excited for the release of?
I'll put that one on layaway.
I've been talking. I've been talking about this since I heard about it. Amico's coming out soon by Intellivision.
We talked about
You can
that.
actually start pre-ordering it now.
I'm so
They're
excited.
available for pre-order at GameStop now. So
Dude,
get
that's-
out there, get it. This is a system I really want to see do well because it'll give these big production companies a run for their money because their entire mentality is the games are going to be all family friendly.
Plug and play.
They're
baby.
going to be well produced, and you don't need to go out and buy extra controllers because they're going to come up with an app so you can use your phone.
Yes.
So-
we talked about that one a couple weeks ago with the Lucas episode, how the freaking, how awesome it is that to bring back that family-friendly couch play, the plug and play, and the games
And
look
they
so
need that.
fun.
Here's the other thing: is it's all co-op. It's
Yes.
all hot seat local gaming,
Local
which
stuff.
it seems like everybody besides Nintendo is trying to kill off, and I feel that's what needs to come back to gaming. There is nothing. I have the best, most fondest memories sitting with my buddies playing GoldenEye, talking trash directly to them, sitting there with them, playing Mario Tennis, all of us playing, there's something about that you just don't get when you're sitting there playing Call of Duty with a bunch of people online and you're just, I got you with that last snipe. Ha ha ha.
No, you're playing online and trying, not to die. It gives me fucking anxiety to play games like that sometimes. I will tell you that.
Yeah, it's not the same. But when you're sitting there with your buddies, you can sit there, laugh at them physically because they're sitting right there. It's like, I just spiked that ball into your face, dude. And I feel like that's lost. It needs to come back. I am so happy for this system. Go out, reserve your copy, and it's cheap. The system itself is like, I think, $200.
Yeah, it's real cheap. And they've got like a different colors to it too.
Yeah.
I think it's going to be awesome.
It's coming out in a range of colors. Like, remember the old N64 Rainbow edition they came out with where it was like green, purple? They're doing one of those. They even have like a wood panel looking one. So I'm excited for that. All the games can be downloaded. You don't have to run out to the game store. It's going to be a good system. I'm excited for it.
I am too, man. A quick update in our movie news. Cruella de Vil, the movie is coming out. I loved 101 Dalmatians as a kid. I fucking loved it. So I'm excited to see
that's got my girl in it. That's got my bae Emma Stone. So
it is your bae. You did say that, and she's an amazing actress, man. The way she can just go from character to character, she's really good. And this is this is going to be really cool because put her in this big of a limelight, this big of a stage. She's got some big shoes to fill.
Yep.
Some big shoes to fill. I'll tell you that much.
After Glenn Close, yeah.
Yep. After Glenn Close, that's some big shoes. You had some other news topics for us, right? Something about something. Yes.
So, as you guys know, Enter the Gamers, our bread and butter was when we first started up doing role-playing games. We've had multiple role-playing game shows from One Shot, By the Numbers, Team Party Kill. One of the games we covered doing One Shot or Team Party Kill and By the Numbers was a game called Wrath and Glory. We got the starter set. We covered character creation for it. A lot of fun. It's a D6 system, which means all you need are 6-sided dice to play. And here's the kicker, and this is funny because we featured the starter set going on 2 years ago now.
Yes.
The actual official rulebook just freaking came out. So get out there, get the system. I've spent most of my afternoon reading this thing. The amount of characters you can create, the amount of stories you can tell. You can play anything from an Eldar to Space Marine to a tech priest to a rogue trader. It's a lot of fun. I'm looking forward to playing it. I'm hoping at some point we can definitely get out the cameras and do a live stream of us playing it. We'll definitely keep you guys posted on that. If you can, either go online, try to pick it up, or go to your local game store. I know Rules of Engagement Games has another copy of this, so if you can, go get it.
Hell yeah. And also an update to that, we're going to get some more D&D stuff on the stream soon, guys. Our buddy Victor, Game Dev Muscle, he is going to be doing, that's his name, I gave that to him. Game Dev Muscle, he's going to be doing like some stuff where he teaches his basic game design knowledge that he has. Very skilled level designer, by the way, guys. The man can create levels you wouldn't believe. And he's also going to give us some fitness tips, too, while he's doing it, because he's a big muscle head as well.
Yeah.
But him and his team are also going to be working. They asked me, hey, we're going to be doing a campaign soon. Do you mind if we do that? And I said, hell yes, I mind. Go hell, do this thing, man. Hop on there. So shout out to Game Dev Muscle
And
Mr. Victor.
not to mention, we have our Call of Cthulhu game, which we are working on. Stay tuned to our website and our Facebook. You'll be seeing as I finish stuff and things, and as we get closer to the actual game coming out on our podcasts,
Yes.
you'll start seeing it pop up. It will be featuring myself as your humble evil DM and AJ as one of my victims.
Yeah, he'll probably kill me, but I'm gonna have an accent though. It's gonna be from up north though. So.
Wicked pissa, kid. Wicked pissa.
Wicked pissa, dude. Just grab yourself a shipyard, dude. We're gonna go down to Fenway, I promise. Get shipyards at Fenway. Let's see the subs. But the 12 finalists for the
and how could we miss the biggest news though?
What's that?
How could we miss the biggest news?
What's that?
Game Pass on Xbox Live.
Yes.
Bethesda is releasing some of its biggest titles onto the Game Pass. Fallout New Vegas, Fallout 3,
Amazing
Fallout 4.
game. Oh my god.
All of which are coming to the Xbox Game Pass. So basically live to stream free so long as you have the Game Pass. I hate to say it, AJ, but I think my hands are tied. I think I know which way I'm swaying in this new console war.
No, really?
You
might lean
I told
towards
you,
the other
like,
side.
we've been talking about this. We've been talking about this for a hot minute, dude.
I know.
We've been talking about this for a hot minute. You know that Fallout is like right here, near and dear to me.
It is too.
And-
I almost got a tattoo of it once.
Yeah, so it's like I kind of have to. I'm leaning towards it, man.
Oh fuck.
Trust me, it pains me to do this because I have been a big fan of Sony for a hot minute.
Well,
I have to say it. My first non-Nintendo system is the Xbox 360.
I will say this, and I will be admitting this only because of just how frustrated I am. If I don't have a PlayStation 5 in my hands within this next 6 months and the Xbox is more regularly available, then I will join you. However, if I can still get the PlayStation 5, I'm still going to remain loyal, and then I will see you with an Xbox later at the end, just like I did in this past decade when we were veterans of the PS4 wars. But yes, I'm excited either way, but if we can fucking get our hands on either one, who knows. But some big news though, man. 12 finalists were now announced for the Strong Museum of Play, which features the World Video Game Hall of Fame. And this past Thursday, they announced these following games. Animal Crossing for the GameCube. We're talking one of the first ones. Call of Duty. Just Call of Duty.
Solid.
The very first one. Call of Duty. The one where the guy's like looking behind you.
Okay, I'll give you that one.
Yes. Staring at you.
I'll give you that one. The first Call of Duty.
First one.
I'll give you that one.
Farmville. And I will say notably because it did things to Facebook that people didn't see coming. FIFA.
Not touching that one.
EA Sports.
I'm sorry,
presents,
children.
EA Sports presents FIFA International Soccer. Good lord, that was a long time ago, but one of the most mechanically beautiful sports games ever. Whoever designed that, thank you so much for that game, because you set the bar for FIFA forever, which has just continued to grow. Which, by the way, if you want to know, I'm a huge FIFA fan. We're going to be streaming some soon. I bought FIFA 21 finally because I was waiting for PlayStation 5. It didn't happen, so I'm just going to play it on this fucking thing. I can't wait any longer. Guitar Hero, the first one from PlayStation 2. Mattel,
Oh my god, yes. Love that game.
Oh my god, yes. Mattel Electronics Football. I'm talking the little handheld with the 3 numbers on it.
Oh, yes.
Yes.
Oh, man. Classic.
Classic. The very first Microsoft Flight
Even
Simulator.
I played that one.
Me too. The very first Microsoft Flight Simulator. The arcade cabinet pole position. The first Portal game.
Ooh.
The very first StarCraft game. The very first
Yes.
Tron game with the fucking, the controller, the joystick controller, the shooting controller. And then, last but not least, where in the world is Carmen Sandiego? I thought that was
Dude,
awesome.
that
man.
game deserves all the accolade
All of them.
it can get,
All of them.
For an educational game, I don't remember how many hours I spent playing that stupid, scouring the earth trying to find this bitch.
The Gen Zs will never know what it was like, the frustration of trying to find this bitch.
Yeah, even Oregon Trail, when dying of dysentery wasn't half as bad as trying. Going. You have the choice of going to Rome or Malta, and you're like, I'm gonna go to Malta, and you miss her, and you're like, no, you bitch.
Fuck me. Well, damn. Well, the last topic I have, WWE announced WrestleMania coming up in 3 weeks. They officially said 25,000 people returning to Raymond James Stadium. They're saying possibly 45,000 people. I don't see that happening. Maybe, I'm guessing they're going to tap out at 30,000. But it's been a whole year now since everything shut down. I mean, if you remember in our very first episodes, we were talking so much about what WWE was doing with the coronavirus and the testing, all that bullshit. So it's just come full circle now with our podcast and them. They have fans coming back to Raymond James. I'm going. I got my tickets, and they're cheap too because they know not people are coming in from all over the country, all over the world anymore. So it'll be interesting to see. But we have a fella there that's doing extra work over there, and he was trying to see if he can come on as well. And we have another professional wrestler who's a huge gamer and streams online too, named Laceration. And he wants to do an interview with us over here as well. So, and I'm pretty sure they'll be at Mania and or watch it. So, yeah, cool little update for the world going back to a little bit kind of normal. Just a little bit. Those are all the topics I had. Do you have anything else in the news?
Top 5.
Top 5. So this is interesting, guys. So the top 5 we have this week is our top 5 people that we've had on the show to interview and stuff. I'll start him off with most recent, Mr. Kwame. He was just so funny, man. The whole time, the slowness of his talking, the delivery. I can't wait to have him back. What about you, man? What do you got?
So my number 5, good friend of the channel, Sono Kid.
Yes.
So much energy, so much fun. I could listen to him talk for hours. It's always great having him on.
I love him. Great. He's doing really well, man. Congratulations, Sono Kid, all your success. It goes to show Sono is a shining example that if you continue to push hard, then you'll do it. And we're always, we always talk about it all the time. We don't care if we're streaming in front of 5 or 500. And Sono's one of those guys that he plays no matter what. So shout out to him for sure.
Puts out, man. He puts out.
Lucas, Boppy Your Nuts. I love him. Our very first official fan. We had him on a couple weeks ago, and he taught us a little bit about his bread baking hobby. We make sourdough bread. Listen to that. I'm gonna right before I was a little indisposed, I was about to put that one up. So we're gonna get a 2-for-1. You'll get Lucas, and you'll get the anniversary edition episode online. So Lucas, if you missed that one, we'll have it up online here soon. He's hysterical, man. We're gonna try and have him back too. I asked him to make me dill pickle bread. Maybe he will. Yes. What you got, man? Number 4.
Right, so my number 4 is our first champion of the channel, really. King Scuba Steve.
King Scuba Steve, first VIP, man.
As he was our first official VIP, and he's always given us love. So, and that one time he came on as a guest host was just great, and I want him to come back, but he's always so busy.
He's always busy. Well, he works at Ford, and he's high up there, man. So he always is busy. But he's awesome, man. I love him. His merch is hysterical. He's just a great guy. We remember that one time we tried to get him to log in and play Nautical Knights with us. Fucking what was that game?
Yes.
Warships.
Oh my god.
I'm gonna do some warships here soon.
World of Warships.
I miss World of Warships. Maybe we should try and do it again. We'll try.
God, no.
I have it on my PC and the PS4.
God.
Remember, we tried to get Scuba on to play Warships, and we waited. We were like, Scuba, what's going on? And then he signed on, but we never heard his voice, and he just played with us. We're like, okay. And then I remember him texting me the next day, like, oh, sorry, guys, I was too fucked up to hang out. Oh, Scuba, I can't wait. For me, man, number 3, I had Gage. When Gage Gaylor came on, we got to see his incredible video game collection. He has the Astro Boy. He's got all kinds of cool shit. That was awesome to see that. He also gave us a lot of good insights on his style of game design, which he's really good at, coming up with ideas and implementing the prototyping. He gave us insight to quick scripting and coding. Gage is always the guy that I call when I'm having an issue, like, hey, do you know how to do that one thing that you said that you knew how to do? And he's like, yeah, do you remember how to do this? And I was like, yes, I got it. Shout out to Gage, great game designer. Gage got games. I think his Instagram is like Games by Gage or something like that. Great guy. I can't wait to see him again. If he ever gets back here, who knows? If the world goes back to normal. What about you? Who do you got?
So my number 3 was part-time host, took over for me when I left, Gino, man.
Gino,
I got to give Gino all the props. He really picked up my slack when I was busy doing doc shippy things. So that's my number 3. He always brought good energy. He always was fun to talk with. He always brought up a lot of good topics. And so, Gino, we love you, buddy.
We got to see if Gino can come back, man. He was so fun to have. Good topics with Gino. He gave us a lot of those, some of those obscure stuff too. Like he'd be like, "Oh, the world's strongest man in UK was this weekend." I'm like, "Oh, that's cool. Thanks, Gino."
See the topic out in left field.
We had Chris, guys. He was the first guy on our podcast for Apple. Chris DeWeese, he was a game designer, is a game designer. He invented Anti-Pong. And now has a multiplayer update on Apple. It's like $2 or $3. You have the game forever. It's so much fun. It's one of those. He was featured in an article that said it's one of those games that top one of the games that you play while you're on the toilet. I thought that was funny. We talked to him about that. We talked about him 10,000 downloads in Korea. We talked about his career. Basically, he's been game designing forever, making educational games in Brazil. And the kid was doing this at like 12, 13 years old. And then came to America just to further, learn more shit and become a better game designer. So that's awesome. Shout out to Chris. And try to download Anti-Pong if you're on the Apple Store. What do you got next, bud?
So my number 2, another longtime friend of the channel, is Joby. From Joby Gaming. Always good to have her around. She's like... Whereas I'm this ball of negativity and hatred, she's this like ball of light and happiness. And, I thought, having her on the stream was always good because she balanced the two of us out.
She did, yeah. And just also the amount of creativity that she has with her Animal Crossing.
Oh, yeah.
It's nuts. 5-star islands left and right. She just does all kinds of cool stuff on there. She's like an interior designer of Animal Crossing.
Yep.
And we interviewed her. She talked about, what it's like to be a single mom and be a content creator. We heard about her story of still going to school for some kind of crazy science that she's in. I don't know. And then she told us all the features about her island. So if you guys are into Animal Crossing, check that one out. Next, we had Natalie Asport of Avalanche Games. She was the head artist over there. Rage 2 she worked on, Just Cause 2 and 3 she worked on, and 4. She told us her story about working on those games, going to Full Sail University, being hired almost afterwards. She talked about her animation career. She talked about that she was a animator for a courthouse, like making court cases and stuff, like animated accidents and things like that. So she told us some stuff that, not only can you use your animation skills for games, you can do that kind of stuff. And then she talked to us about getting her job, obviously, in Avalanche, and then she talked about her music career, being a vegan for so many years. A very interesting episode. And last but not least, what you got over there, Doc?
Last but not least, he's been part of the ETG since I came up with it.
Yeah.
Like, when we first did our first live stream, he was the driving force behind it, going, "Yeah, let's do it." Aoski, he is lighthearted. He's fun. He's always got something good to say, and his costumes crack me up. I remember one night we had him on, and he was literally wearing a raccoon onesie. It's like, why? He'll just sit there and meow at you, and it's just Aoski. Love him to death. Longtime fan of the channel.
Or
he is there would be no ETG without Aoski, and there would be no Gamer Interrupted without Aoski. So
definitely not.
You know, he's my number one favorite person we've had on the channel. I really want him to come back and do more, but I know he's busy doing bigger and better things, and he keeps watching us. He keeps telling us if we need any help, he will come back. But Aoski, love you, buddy.
We love him. So funny, Aoski. Check out our interview that I did with him. He told us his story about, you know, being a gamer in the Navy and everything that he does and whatnot, and just his crazy stories.
Was that a behind the gamer tags?
I think that was a behind the gamer tag, yeah. And then that was a lot of fun with me and Aoski.
Need to do more of those.
We should, yeah. And then we'll do some other shout outs here, guys, for Beyond the Gamer Tags. We had Billy Boyo. He told us a story about being a master's student at Full Sail. Isaac Moran, shout out to him for telling his story, for being a research and UX researcher for huge companies. We had, what else did we have? We've had all kinds of people this year. We had the guys from Games to Grunt. Also, we've got Griffin came on this year.
Yes.
We got Griffin on. Griffin is he's just hysterical. We had the Orlando Wizard on a couple times, and him and Griffin talked a lot about the games that they like to play. He told us all about Mech Warrior and what he does in the Orlando community. All kinds of stuff, man. It's been what a hell of a year for Gamer Interrupted. It's just been so much fun.
And no stopping. So I'm foreseeing us going even longer. So hopefully we'll be here again next year talking about the highlights from 2021.
That's right. We're gonna cut over to our shout outs, guys. So thanks to ROE Gaming Havelock in North Carolina. Shout out to Hybrid ATX Summer Camp in San Antonio and Houston. Shout out to the Orlando Wizard. You can check out my video interview that we did with him on the Inner Gamer Actual website. Facebook, where we went out to Player One Bar. It's also on my Instagram, our Instagram. It's a lot of fun. Modern Programming, that's Chris. ModernProgramming.com. Head over to Fit and Prep Food Delivery if you're in Orlando, and soon they are going nationwide. So soon I'll be able to let you all know that you could order Fit and Prep wherever you guys are at. Our VIP fan for the month of March was the Metal Man's Monster, New Jersey. Thanks to Laceration, Jay Fern, Rockin' Richie for the new followers. Head on over to etggactual.com. You can follow myself, AJ_East Coast, on everything. Please follow us on Facebook. You can subscribe to this podcast, this episode, and more, just everything that we talked about this past whole year. I think we're at like 27 episodes, something like that, available on Apple, Spotify, Amazon.
Really?
Something like that, yeah. All you got to do is search ETG Actual. Shout out to the Tag Out podcast. Shout out to Fair Kings Productions. Shout out to Soto, everybody out there, Austin Champion, all of our good streaming fans, Dito DiBiase, all those guys. It's been
shout out to everybody who's helped us get here, man.
Yes.
You know,
shout out to
it wouldn't be anything without all of our good friends of the channel who've helped us, push us, and kept us going.
Yes. Well, guys, it's been one hell of an evening. Doc, would you have any last minute words for us while I go see somebody to raid for us?
I really got nothing. I could just sit here and be like, hey, I'm Doc Shippy, and I'm telling you stuffs, and this is fun, and we're going to have a good time. And Enter the Gamer's awesome.
Yes,
and
it is.
we love it when you guys come and hang out with us.
We found Cheat Day Gaming. We're gonna do Cheat Day Gaming. He's online right now. And yeah, guys, thank you so much. My name's AJ East Coast, and I've been your host. I've been with Doc Shippy, and we'll see you soon, guys.
Never game alone.
That's right. And we are